Hello, I'm Zachary Gaylor.
I'm Ethan Gaylor.
And we're talking about Astro Boy this week for a review.
Has kind of had this gag of where she likes to insert himself into it's a really neat gag. Haven't like seen it before, and it often provides like what you got context from it. In Astro Boy, it's, it, he creates a world of what he thinks the future is like, and we see that it's still filled with like these huge like skyscrapers and flying cars and robots everywhere. It also has lots of underlying issues to it, which he addresses through the manga. Um, After World War II, um, Japan was hit with an influx of Western um, from the media, one of his big inspirations for his art style was this. Yeah. Um, basically what like what the future technology would really look like, and what like the what science fiction would look like if it was real, and how society would integrate with technology, how the bridge was well, addressed.
All right. So one of the main themes about Astro Boy is robot racism. We could show that even in one of the panels over here, Astro asks if he could wear some clothes, right? And in a way, he's quite literally getting stripped of his human identity to only be perceived as a robot. Um, in this example, he also gets sold as a slave to the circuit to perform for all the spectators. And we could also see the underperforming robots. This is more of a anime only thing. They were literally being decommissioned, thrown away to the scrapyard. Astro had to save them by giving him his juice, right? And he also had to do like feats of strength, right? So we could talk about real life robot racism right now. My favorite example is about 10 years ago, a hitchhiking robot. It survived the Netherlands. It survived Canada. But as soon as it went to Philadelphia, it got beheaded and died tragically, right? We currently see Tesla robots integrating with society slowly and slowly. And people keep beating them up, feel a little empathetic, like they're literally doing nothing wrong, right? And also on racism in the terms of slurs for robots, right? So we're talking about the clanker slur, oil guzzler, wireback. These are all prevalent themes. We laugh about it right now because we assume there's no sentient life behind them. But as we can see, the word robot comes from the Czech word forced labor, aka slavery, right? So they were quite literally created to be our slaves, right? In Astro Boy, eventually the robots got the Civil Rights Act, right? So they're like human now, right? But this kind of touches on a couple cool themes. We gotta say, is Astro Boy even a real boy, right? He mimics a real boy in the emotional sense, but he's still just a bucket of bolts. Then we can also talk about, can technology create a sentient being at all? Should we feel empathy towards him or all the other slave robots? And in my opinion, when going through, once again, I've only seen a little bit of the source material. It seems like Astro Boy is more of a human-driven story and not the technologically driven story. It all focuses on the human aspects of him and his heroism rather than his feats of strength. Overall thoughts, love the influence, love the tropes, and I could discuss this for hours. But the art style, and especially the humor from the 60s version, it is not for me. I don't think I'll continue to read or watch it. I have an open mind.
Uh, I like it. I like it really. Uh, I found I found the art style unique, and and I mean like overall plot was like all over the place, but it really kept like the theme of like like what makes us us.
All right, thank you.